Hey, what's happening? This is Jerry here with Wealth Dynamics. Thank you for joining me this morning, this afternoon, this evening, whatever time of day it is, wherever you are in the world. Thanks for watching today. Hey, I want to talk to you about how to stay positive, how to keep positivity, how to keep a good attitude. The reason why is because it's my mission and my goal to help you create wealth, to help you be able to treat money like oxygen so that you can live a life of abundance and prosperity instead of a life of poverty and scarcity. And a lot of that has to do with attitude, right? It's the mindset. And I want to dive into this because I've walked a very fine line with mindset. I've gone all the way on one side where I had I went through an Affirmations class when I was 18, and they had me pick out a rock and keep the rock in my pocket and talk to the rock and pet the rock and tell the rock positive affirmations. And I've got to tell you, excuse me, I just got done running. I've got to tell you, that was one of the weirdest things I've ever done. Now, I also went to the other side where I was like, mindset doesn't matter. I'm going to do whatever, say whatever, and think whatever, and it's just my work that matters. That didn't work either. And so what I want to share with you is the way that you keep a positive mindset is by keeping a positive mindset. What do I mean by that? It does not mean affirmations. It does not mean going to a 3-day course to learn about how to be more positive. It does not mean doing a fire walk. It does not mean that you've got to, have hands laid on you or have rattlesnakes, bite you or whatever people are doing these days to stay motivated. It means that you control your thoughts. That simple. You control your thoughts. You have thoughts. Your thoughts are a product of the things in your mind. That's typically a product of the people around you and the environment around you. And my philosophy is that you were good to start with. And it was the things you saw, the things you did, the people you accepted and gave responsibility to over yourself that caused you to be where you are today. So if you're struggling and your mindset's bad, you gave that to somebody. You gave control of that to somebody or something in your life and gave up control over it for yourself. So how do I keep my mindset positive? First things first, I do personal development like crazy. I probably do 2 to 4 hours a day, depending on the day, of reading and studying personal development. Okay, and I'm not studying stuff that tells me what I already know. I don't need to know how to treat people nice and polite. I learned that when I was 4. I don't need to know how to say nice things to myself. I can do that whenever I want to. I need to know what's going on with my brain. How does my mind work? I need to know, how do I win? How do I take something that's a negative situation, turn it around and make it into a win? So I do a lot of studying on that. Second thing I do, I write my goals down first thing in the morning and before bed, twice a day. Okay, first thing in the morning and before bed. Now, when I say goals, I'm not talking about your to-do list. I'm talking about these giant aspirations you have in life. Things that you don't even know if they're possible, but they inspire you to think about. And you've quit thinking about them because other people around you, the ones I told you you gave control to, they tell you, hey, that's not realistic. You can't do that. You need to settle for something real. You need to go to college instead. You need to get a job. You need to try and just get a healthy retirement plan and benefits. Okay, these people, they've quit, guys. You can't listen to them. You can't give them control. I don't care if it's your parents or your siblings or your best friend that you've had since you were 6. The only person that gets to have control over you is you. Okay, it doesn't matter how much you like the person. They're not you, and they're not going to do a good thing for you like you'll do for yourself. So you got to keep control. Now, the other thing I do is I write down my successes. Every single night before bed, I write down my successes. What went well today? All right. I also remove negativity from my environment. So if I have friends, if I have family, if I have coworkers, if I have clients, if I have anybody in my life that's negative, first I try and help them. Okay, if I can't help them, meaning I'm not strong enough or knowledgeable enough to make an impact for that person yet, and it's harming me to do that, then I stop talking to them. I don't keep on interacting. Okay, it's important though, that sequence. First you try to help. If you cannot help, then you can, cut the connection back and maybe get some distance. But you owe that responsibility to yourself to say, I gave control of myself to them. So if I see them being negative, that's actually my fault for enabling it by allowing myself to listen and be controlled by them. Therefore, it's my responsibility to try and help them. That's the mindset. Now, the other thing that I do is I look at my targets, guys. I look at my targets. Now, targets are different than goals. Targets are like, what am I going to accomplish this week, today? Like when I look at numbers and metrics and quotas, how many deals am I closing? How many staff am I hiring? What am I doing today or this week that's going to be a win? so that I have something to write down at the end of the day. Okay. In addition to that, I work out every day. Today I had 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Okay. I studied a little longer than I was supposed to. I had 15 minutes. Rather than saying, hey, I'm going to skip this workout, I went in there and I sprinted on a level 15 incline on the treadmill at about an 8 speed. I did intervals of that about 5 or 6 times. Then I got off the treadmill and held my breath for about 2 minutes at a time while I'm all winded, so that I could burn the same amount of energy that it would take me to burn in 45 minutes. I can compress time. That keeps me positive. That keeps me going, man. Next, what I do to stay positive, I stay around positive people. Okay, I go around people that are winning, that are doing bigger things than me. Instead of hating them and criticizing them, I figure out, hey, what can I learn here? How do I spend more time with this person? Because here's the reality. I can either try and compete with them and be antagonistic because I think they're my competition, or I can realize that I represent, mindset-wise, probably 1% of the population. And so if I find someone else like me, that's rare and special, and I need to spend time with that person. Okay? So guys, I want to share this with you because there's a lot of false data out there on mindset. You know, there's all this stuff about affirmations and like just weird voodoo crap. You don't need to do that. Okay, here's the reality on affirmations. If you do it and it works, keep doing it, but this is logic, okay? It's faster for you to think than to speak, right? So by the time you say something, you've already thought it. Therefore, if I have to say something in order to hear it, to believe it, there's something wrong with my brain. Because I could just think the thought, and it's instant, and it's already there. It's already in my mind. I don't need to hear myself say it. I just think it. Now, if I have to hear myself say it, that's like manual startup. That's like you got a car and it was broken, so instead you installed a crank motor. And you've got to crank it every time to get motivated. That would suck. Okay, that would take too much time. So what I'm saying is go fix the car. Go fix whatever's going on up here. Figure out what this thing is, how it works, and just think right thoughts. Followed up with right actions, and the way that you do that is you control your environment. It comes from having a high level of responsibility. So just in summary, quit giving control of yourself to people. I don't like when I hear people say you're going to take care of me. I'm like, no, I'm not. You're going to take care of yourself. I'm going to do my job and set you up with opportunities, but you got to take care of yourself. Okay, I don't care if you're a staff. I don't care if you're a relative. You got to take care of you. I can't be responsible for you. I'm going to be, I forget what the word is. I'll hit you guys with that word later. I'm going to be, playing the entire chess game on both sides. But at the end of the day, you're still you. So take control of yourself. Take control of your thoughts. Get rid of this manual crank on your motivation. You don't need affirmations or walking on coals. Like all that stuff, all it does is it's a placebo. It gets you jacked up for 2 days, and then you go back home. You've still got the same problems you had. You still got the same issues you had. You're still not getting out of bed on time. You're still drinking on the weekends. You're still smoking pot. You're still looking at porn. Like none of that stuff's going to help you. Only you can help you. So guys, that's what I do to stay motivated. Thank you for watching. I know we went a little long this morning. I got to get ready for work. Oh, that's the other thing, guys. If you're going to be motivated, you got to dress like a professional. Okay, so when I get ready for work, I'm getting dressed. I wear a suit, man. I don't do that to impress people. I do that because I want to be dressed at the very best, because that motivates me. Seeing myself ready for game time motivates me. So guys, thank you again for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Have a great day. I will talk to you later.